Let us be for real. This is not about Christians in Nigeria. This is about Nicki Minaj having a seat at the table, even if that seat has her next to someone as harmful as a Donald Trump. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
Nicki Minaj is in her full right-wing bag agenda. UN, MAGA Barbie, the house down boots. MAGA Barbie herself just gave a speech addressing the situation that is happening with Christians in Nigeria that Donald Trump and his administration has spotlighted to bring awareness of what is happening with people who are Christians who are living in Nigeria. Nicki Minaj tweeted about it the other day, and Mike Waltz, who is the UN ambassador for the US, spoke with her. He responded to her on Twitter and invited her to come give a speech about these things and what is going on. Nicki Minaj, baby, she put on her political wig, her governess dress. She dressed up. She left all that goofy behavior behind, and she spoke well for them white folks. She spoke well to push the imperialist agenda that is currently happening under this administration and administrations before it. So MAGA Barbie is real. And if we are not careful to call this stuff out, it is going to be dangerous. The Cambridge Dictionary word of the year for 2025 is parasocial. This is poetic because this just broke not too long ago. Like, Cambridge just dropped this not too long ago. This word was introduced around the 1950s when the TV got introduced, and we saw people have a relationship, even though they've never met these people, off of the TV. They had some type of relationship with these people, even though it was one-sided. And that's why that word was coined. You can't talk about parasocial relationships without talking about Nicki Minaj. You can't talk about parasocial relationships without talking about Taylor Swift, without talking about Beyonce and other celebrities. It has gotten so bad. And people realize this. The people in positions of power, like a Mike Waltz, the Trump administration, realize that. And they are now attaching themselves to people like Nicki Minaj to further their agenda. You will have these barbs, because she even mentioned them in this speech, now feel obligated to support the Trump administration and their agenda because of their parasocial relationship with Nicki Minaj. That Trump must be doing something right, or this administration is doing something good, because Nicki Minaj is signing off on it. That's why you have marketing with celebrities. There's a reason why you will see LeBron James in a Sprite commercial. There's a reason why you will see some of your favorite influencers doing prize picks. We like to believe, as if these things do not affect us, that I'm not going to be doing that because a celebrity is doing it. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. People make jokes about being broke and still buying concert tickets. Hey, B, I don't have any more money, but I'm going to go further in debt because I want to see you again. Like, parasocial relationships are extremely dangerous. And we're seeing that in real time. People having parasocial relationships with AI. Like, we're joking about it. Oh, I call her such and such. This is her name. That is a computer. You need to go out and touch people. That is not a real person. But see, that's how we slowly seep and creep into these dangerous things. And then we act as if, oh, it came out of nowhere. No, this is the beginning of that. Nicki Minaj, who has supported her brother in his allegations, currently married to a who, now using her voice to support another rapist. You can't make this up. Thank you to the Trump administration.
I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage and calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria.
She didn't have to say thank you to the Trump administration. She could have she's Nicki Minaj. She doesn't work in politics. She could have just said, hey, this means something to me. I want to speak up on it. I'm not thanking Trump. I don't care about the side stuff. I care about what's happening. But you have to play the game. You have to play the game. And that's exactly what is happening here. And now you will have her fans try to argue us down that no, she's not supporting the administration. Then what is it? Since you got your degree and everything, like, what is it? Because this is exactly that. There's been thousands and millions of lives lost over the last couple of years for things that hardly any celebrity has talked about. And if they're talking about it, it's in very silent details with a pen or something else. They're not taking a stance on this. Nicki Minaj, who has seen what has happened in Gaza and with the Palestinian people, the war that's happening, the genocide that is happening, not a word, not anything, nothing said. Even her fans asked her years ago, hey, Nicki, I'm a gay person and what happened in Post is concerning to me, this attack. Can you talk about it? They're tweeting her this and she's not speaking on it. The only thing closely related to what she said was, I believe in the Bible and that ain't got nothing to do with me. And people have justified this. Like, oh, she doesn't have to speak on this. She doesn't have to. So which one is it? So when celebrities pick and choose what they want to talk about and when they want to talk about it, is that not political? Even Pharrell, who has the nerve to give an interview and say that he doesn't get into politics, that he doesn't play sides, he doesn't do any of that.
As we look at what's going on in the current political climate, I'm just saying I don't want to turn anybody off, but I hate politics. Like, despise them. It's a magic trick that it's not real. I don't believe in either side, because I think when you pick a side, you are only, you are inadvertently supporting division. Yeah, it's not a popular point of view, but I just got to say, like, think about it. The wells are drying up, and okay, now the diversity's off the table, now equity's off the table, now inclusion's off the table. So that makes me ask myself, okay, so how do we survive? Well, are there black people here tonight?
The same person who had a Vote or Die shirt on, like, what? Y'all pick and choose when y'all want to be political. Y'all pick and choose when y'all want to speak on certain things. And the reasons why we're talking about it is because there is millions of people who have parasocial relationships with you, and it is dangerous. Your voice does mean something. Well, you got millions of people following you and supporting you. Y'all don't want to talk about these things when y'all are making money, when y'all are pushing things to buy and to sell to them. Y'all don't talk about it then. You don't want to speak on it. That's how Mariah Carey got caught up in that mess with the Sephora ad that she's probably not going to speak on. Like that whole tone deaf commercial that she did in this current climate. Like, she ain't got to say nothing about it because her fans are not going to feel any type of way about it. They're not going to be swayed by folks dragging how terrible and tone deaf that ad was. They're going to continue to support her because she's Mariah Carey. Just the essence of even saying that, oh, she's Mariah Carey. Like, this shit is not funny to me. I don't find it funny at all. I find it deeply disturbing. I find it deeply concerning that Nicki Minaj is being used like this in this type of way to further what agenda? To further what agenda? To be using her platform, considering all the things that she has tried to keep silent, that she says she does not want folks to talk about, like shut up this, and how she has treated Megan Thee Stallion, how she's came out and supported abusive people, abusers, and all of that. Like, to now, I'm Nicki Minaj and this happening. I need to speak on it. I need to speak on it. I need to have a conversation about it. And now I'm going to come out here and give this half-ass speech about what? And I'm not saying that Nicki Minaj or any celebrity or what have you can't choose to speak on things that mean something to them. What I'm telling us to pay attention to when they speak up and when they don't speak up. Because if you're only speaking up when it's beneficial to you, then what is the purpose of you speaking up? Y'all are not putting yourselves on the line to speak up on other things. Y'all are very quiet and silent. And oftentimes you put yourself in a situation that you are silencing victims like you did when you married that man you're currently married to, and how you were trying to silence his victim and lied to us to make it seem as though these things didn't happen and they were lying on your man. So no, you're not going to come to me and tell me about the Christians that are facing persecution in Nigeria and we need to speak on this. Yes, girl, we do need to speak on it. People are speaking on it. One of the most powerful people on the face of this planet is talking about it, and the administration working on it. We need to talk about what you got going on and how you and your husband are silencing victims. That's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about what you can stop yourself tomorrow, today, at this minute, that you choose not to. You have the power right now to stop some of this stuff. You have the power to end your relationship with this man who's done the things that he's done, but you've not done it. So no, I'm not going to trust you to speak on this in these so-called injustices. No, I don't trust you. You have the power to. The same way the Trump administration has the power, and Trump himself has the power to release the Epstein files and to drop all the stuff. Them folks is not doing that. They're probably busy right now eradicating every trace of a Republican or a politician or a political figure or someone in Trump's inner circle or some big business person that cannot fail out of these files. They're redacting all their information. I don't even want it no more. It's no purpose of it. So we can wait so y'all can clean this stuff up. I don't trust it. So no, I'm not taking Nicki Minaj serious with this. I can't take Nicki Minaj serious to be the person, the voice of reason, to have a conversation about this, to use these people's lives to further your own agenda, which is you wanting to feel like you belong at said seat at the table. You've been on your own island for so long, and now these folks have seen you go off your rocker, and now they want to use you because you are down on your low. You will take anything. You will take anything they give you. And that is sitting next to a person that is furthering this agenda that we're seeing under this current administration. An administration that is responsible for sending the military to black cities, snatching black folks off the street. You have ICE agents being sent to Charlotte, North Carolina under this administration and being made a spectacle. It's always been happening. Don't get me wrong. Trump is not the first deportator in chief to take power at the White House and do these type of things. This administration has been ramping up all of these things. They do not care. They don't care. The president, Donald Trump, who just got through rolling out the red carpet for the Saudi Arabian prince, who by the own intel from the United States, from the Department of Defense, saying, hey, we got word that this man did these things to that Washington Post reporter. And when asked about it, what Donald Trump say? That ain't got nothing to do with me, basically. But when Joe Biden back in 2022 bumped fists with him, the Republicans were eating it up. Now you don't have them saying anything. I can't take any of these folks serious. You can't take any of these folks serious because they're not serious people. They're playing in our face. We know what's happening with these Epstein files. We're not stupid. We know that they're playing around to protect themselves. We know that the laws do not mean anything to the rich and powerful. We know that, but they want to keep the illusion that it does. Same illusion that Nicki Minaj is currently falling for right now, that she's going to have a seat at the table. You're not going to get that, sister. They're not going to have you that close. You are a laughing stock. Like, you are a joke. You look stupid. You look foolish. You sound foolish. Like, it's embarrassing. It is truly embarrassing to see the reigning, quote unquote, female queen of rap go and give a speech and thank this current administration. So to me, this has nothing to do with the Christians in Nigeria. This is all about Nicki Minaj wanting legitimacy, wanting to be in the room with the greats and the powerful leaders. And She doesn't really care who gets harmed in the process. And I think that says a lot about who she is as a person. But we've already seen that.